Thinking of moving to Portland, Oregon and want to know if the old wallet can handle it? Or maybe you've heard that Portland has a lower cost of living than what you're used to? Well, don't just leave it to a website. Let's hear it from someone who actually lives here in Portland. That's me. Let's get into it. So the rise of cost of living and inflation in this country is harder to explain than the concept of NFTs. No, seriously, what the f is an NFT? But many people who live in very expensive parts of the country are moving to places like Portland for a higher quality of living as well as a lower cost of living. Portland is 24% above the national average cost of living. Wait, seriously? Shit, I'm moving to Oklahoma City. But it's still well below the cost of living in many cities that people are moving here from. So exactly how much does it cost to live in Portland, Oregon? Well, that's exactly what I plan to shed some light on in this video. But first, make sure you jot down all our contact information, which can be found right down below this video in the comments or in the description. My team and I are constantly helping people and families just like yourself make a move up here to the Portland metro area. So whether you're looking to buy a home up here in the near or seemingly distant future, get a hold of us today, like right now, and we'll start crafting the plan to make that happen for you. Now with that said, let's try to make some sense out of this. So for comparison, when we're discussing certain costs of living, I want to look at the costs here in Portland, Oregon, and I want to compare it to the next major city to the north, Seattle, Washington, and also compare it to the national average. Feel free to share down below in the comments how the costs relate to your city. Let's start with the median household income for Portland, Seattle, and the national standard to give you a feel for what the playing field is like. In Portland, the median household income is $78,000. In Seattle, the median household income is $105,000. Overall in the US, the median household income is $70,000. So compared to the national average, Portland isn't too far above that, but compared to the major neighboring city to the north, it's a pretty big difference. Now let's look at some of the bigger ticket items and the biggest expense for a lot of people, which is housing. In Portland, the median home price currently is right around $520,000, and in Seattle, the median home price is right around $838,000. The national median home price in all of the United States is $440,000. If you're not quite ready to buy and you want to rent instead, the median rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in Portland is $2,500, and in Seattle is $2,900. The median rent in all of the United States is right around $1,700. Remember, this is all general information, so the cost to rent a single family home in any area is going to vary greatly based on the location, the size, the general condition of the property. So it's best to figure out what you want and just go start looking for it. Just a quick reminder that the median price of liking this video is free. And doing that also gives YouTube a reason to show this video to other people that might find value in it. Thanks. The other great thing about living in Portland is the lack of sales tax. So if you're at a restaurant or a store, the price you see on the price tag or the bill is what you pay. No extra sales tax here, so that's definitely a perk of living here in Portland. Now let's look at some overall food costs and other day-to-day expenses. If you like to eat out a lot, know that it's going to cost about 20% less in Portland than Seattle. And a little birdie told me that the food down here is better too, but don't take my word for it. Overall food expenses, including groceries, is going to be about 15% lower than Seattle, but is still about 8% higher than the national average, even without that sales tax. So keep that in mind when you're creating your budget. Now, if you got kids like me and you're wondering what the childcare costs are like up here, well, you should already know it ain't cheap. On average, you'll be spending about $1,500 a month here in Portland per kid, compared to Seattle is about $1,700 per month, whereas the national average for full-time childcare is right around $1,400 per month. Now, I'm just gonna rattle off some random costs of things that I like to do here in Portland that you might like to do too. Portland Climbing Gym, 1-day pass, $23. Breakfast burrito from my favorite place in town, $10. Leka Playland, a children's indoor play center, $15. Coffee plus a toast from Upper Left Roasters, $17. Admission to OMSI, the science museum in town, $18. Go for a hike in Forest Park.
Priceless. There are some things money can't buy.
I could keep going, but I think you should just come up here and see how much it costs you to live here happily in Portland. The cost of living is honestly just one of many many factors that you're probably considering when making a move to Portland, but one of the most frequently asked questions that I get from people that are looking to make a move here to Portland is, Matt, I think I want to live outside of the city a little bit. What's the best suburb that's still close in to Portland proper? Well, I answer that exact question in this video right here, where I talk about the top 5 suburbs in the Portland metro area. So I'd recommend checking out that video next. Thanks for watching.